Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Jessica and we travel a lot, and you'll find a lot of travel and experience within our channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, go do that. But today we're talking about traveling with kids and my top 5 things that I make sure that I have every time I travel. It's very important. If you have children and you travel, you're going to want to listen to this because I might save your life. Stick around. So in no particular order, these are the 5 things that I ensure that I have at every trip, travel, getaway, city, country, overseas, different country. These are the 5 things that I make sure that I have at all times to ensure my sanity and to make sure that traveling with kids is as easy as possible. So no particular order, I'm gonna go with maybe to me these are all essentials, but the things that you definitely need to have is medicine. I'm not talking about, well, obviously if your children are on prescriptions, you should probably bring those, but I'm talking about medicines you're not anticipating to use, but you're gonna wanna have just in case of emergencies. So whether we travel into the city or whether we travel to a different country or whether we are just at the trailer and doing the RV thing, I always make sure I have kind of a little first aid kit, and these are the things that I'm going to bring with me. Band-Aids, peroxide to just clean any wounds. Those 2 things are a necessity because my children get hurt all the time. But Advil and Gravol are the top 2 things that I'm going to have no matter where we go, because kids develop fevers or could develop allergies at any moment. So those are the 2 things I have to make sure that everybody's comfortable, nobody is complaining. And if a doctor trip need be, this will tie them over until you can get the medical attention. But sometimes the stores are very far from your location, that you might not be able to access these very common medicines, or they might be very expensive. I once had to go buy Advil at a corner store and I was shocked at the price. So I always keep a bottle of each with me at all times. 2, everybody's gonna know this one, snacks. Snacks, more snacks. Bring as many snacks as you can carry. Kids are little bottomless pits, and when you're traveling, sometimes keeping them happy and quiet involves them eating. So I like to pack healthy snacks for car trips. I like to make sure I have snacks that they like at the trailer. I like to make sure I have snacks in their carry-on bags. I like to make sure I have snacks in my pockets. We stick snacks in their pockets. That way, if you don't need to stop or can't stop or don't have the means to get food, they're not whining, constantly saying they're hungry. And this happens often. So I also let my kids pick if they have their own carry-on bag or carry bag that they're bringing in the car. Is go pick your snacks, put them in your bag, you have them, that's what you have for the trip. It saves so much whining and so much time if you don't have to stop. And it's fun for them if they get to pick their snacks. They're not complaining, oh, do I have to eat that? So snacks. You can never have too many snacks. That goes for adults as well. 3, now this might be a no-brainer as well. They're iPads or handheld devices. Always pre-download movies and shows on their devices. This will save you when you don't have Wi-Fi signal or when you're in the car. So my oldest daughter has her phone. She downloads Netflix episodes on there. My son has an iPad. We download hours worth of Netflix and movies on there for him, as well as pre-downloaded games. That way, this can keep them busy on their devices when you're in the car, on an airplane, traveling, in the trailer, bad weather, when you're just stuck indoors and can't do anything. And I'm gonna branch off with another piece of technology that we bring everywhere we go, and that is our Nintendo Switch. Now, our Nintendo Switch has been a lifesaver. When I bought it last year, was it last year? Yes. I thought, oh, do I really need this? It was a $500 gaming console last year. I didn't feel like it was a necessity. My kids just wanted it. I thought it was pretty cool. I bought it, but honestly, it has saved our lives. So if you don't know about the Nintendo Switch, it is a gaming console that you can plug in or hook up to your television set. It's kind of like the Wii. Your remotes can come free and you can move your remotes, you can use the buttons. So it's really handy for small children that necessarily can't use the buttons. Ryan has had no problems. You can use a steering wheel. If you're batting, you're just moving your hand. You're not really pressing buttons. That has been great for bad weather in the trailer, hooking that up to the TV system. Not to mention, this system also is portable. So it can become a Game Boy. You plug the remotes onto the screen and it becomes a fairly big handheld device that one child can play with. It is also portable. This screen can be put into the car, or they can hold it in the car. We put it in the cup holders in between the two seats, and the kids have the remotes. It is not plugged into a TV. It is not plugged into any other device. The kids can play hours of Mario Kart in the car. I have never, ever in my life thought it would be possible to go on a road trip and have complete silence or have actually happy children in the back seat. And this device has given me that. I would give them 3 times the amount of money that I paid for it, just for that piece in the car. So you might want to look into that if you're doing a lot of road trips. 4 is definitely footwear. And I know you might think that keeps my children happy while traveling. Footwear is so important, and you've probably had a blister before. You've probably had a little cut on your foot. You've probably just had a very uncomfortable pair of shoes, and it's made your life miserable for the whole entire day that they're on your feet. I've experienced this multiple times with my children. We do a lot of hiking, we do a lot of walking, we do a lot of sightseeing when traveling, which requires us to walk long distances. And my daughter's at an age where she likes to pick out her own clothes, her own footwear, and once and only once have I not double checked, and she only brought 1 pair of flip-flops. And the whole time we were at the zoo, she cried because her feet were hurting and she wanted to go home after an hour of being at the zoo, and that just wasn't an option for us. So she had to muster through the day, but I heard it, and I heard her complain all day. I can't stress enough, always bring backup shoes, and not only for blisters and comfort, but I don't know about your kids, but my kids love to play in puddles. They love to be rough, so shoes break. Shoes will get wet. Shoes will get muddy. So I always bring extra footwear. Comfortable footwear, sandals, whatever it may be. I always make sure the kids have at least an extra pair of shoes and at least 1 comfortable pair of shoes that are guaranteed not going to hurt their feet. 5 is always make sure that they have a comfort from home. So children are very particularly, especially with sleep routines, we always make sure that each child has 1 item that is a comfort item, whether that be a blanket or a stuffed animal. My daughter has to sleep with a fan, so that is her comfort item. She brings a fan, a little portable fan, everywhere she goes. And that is just, to be honest, I'm even like this. When you're in a strange place or a new place, sleeping can be difficult. And if you want to save yourself a headache at bedtime, always bring in a comfort item. My son, it's his teddies, and his teddies are his babies. So we kind of like to role play with them, that they might be scared. It's a new location. So he has to sleep with them to comfort them and to make sure that they're safe. And we bring a little blankie for them. And that honestly makes him feel better at bedtime. It makes him sleep a lot easier. My daughter, like I said, she brings her fan and 1 blanket that she always sleeps with. I don't know if it's the smell from home that, you know, helps her feel more comfortable, but it helps. And whatever helps at sleep time, when you're tired and you just want your kids to go to sleep, you're gonna thank me. All right, so now you've heard my 5 items that I will never leave this house without when traveling with kids. And that is medicine, snacks, I can't stress snacks. Electronics, the Nintendo Switch, look into it. Their comfort items, and 110% make sure you have appropriate footwear and extra footwear. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen where a child is not gonna have shoes and you're going to be running out trying to find them a pair of comfortable or new shoes, and you don't wanna be doing that on your vacation. So I hope these 5 things give you ideas of what to bring your children. Every family is different. Your items might not be the same as ours, but if you're looking for some ideas, or if you're looking to start traveling with children, those would be my top 5 things that I would not leave home without. And let me know in the comments down below what your top 5 items are when traveling with kids, or if you have any suggestions for me, that would be wonderful too. And if you're not part of the crew, please subscribe down below, and we'll see you soon.